it's fine. Just troll everybody. It's all right. Renekton now coming in. Not the spiciest answer, but certainly a champion who can do very well in isolation.
Wow. Okay, so we've got on T1 side, we have 4 range champions.
Give me the code.
How I know you ran it down on Viego and solo queue. Hold that thought, though.
3v3.
Objective being contested, starting with the Fury. Renekton all ready to go in. They're going to try to burst down one target. Blow him up by the reset. Has money in the bank, baby, because Way, he's taking Zeus' body, and he's looking to finish the job. Going to the wall. One more. He's going to pick up the grave. He can lay down the smoke screen. Xiaohu on the backside. Baker. And mana. And it's reset. Zero away. And that's it.
Comes back to on the map state. We're still going to be looking. Oh my god, a T1.
Breathe, trying to clear as much of the wave as he can. Holding on to this stun down. The ultimate around to reset the tower aggro. T1, it's a clean dive. They've got the Herald back. They will not let that last fight slow their momentum.
Yeah, the pace of this game is not going to slow down here. Way's already on the cross map looking for the dragon. I expect Herald to be placed here on this top lane. Yes, they went 4 for 1 in that fight.
Get the charge here. Should be Breathe. He's going to be able to at least give that first tower across. And Zeus will have to try and step up. Zeus, everyone. We need to see if he can try and carry forward here again.
As a mid lane, Faker stepping forward, staying into the creep wave, trying to avoid the stun, trying to get the 2-man. But again, the burst is too much for him to survive.
But with 2 minutes left, they need to find something.
Stun over the wall, looking for the follow of Zeus. Hookshot, wall dive out to safety. Not really a play here. Way, unstoppable, getting pulled back. That is too far. He will get taken down. Big shot.
2 pings coming down here from Owner. They know they just committed 5 members towards that bot side. This would be a massive injection of gold into the T1 top jungle once again if they herald this, but the wave easy. Usually has the arrow.
Dive. Gonna be everything. Xiaohu now kicking things off. Baker trying to delete the way. He thinks the tower's gonna keep him safe. He's buying time with the stopwatch. The ulti's taking the arrow. Will not connect.
Blue gun on the Aphelios, but I don't know if Gala can clear out this wave with those 4 range champions.
Gala stepping up, so much damage. Arrow now to follow. Clean sidestep comes out, but the tower already down. Sharo heading onto the Nautilus. Where's the follow-up gonna go? Xiaohu looking for an angle onto Zeus. The whole team being split now. Hookshot, wall dive forward. Unstoppable happening. Brought Zeus back into the team. That's gonna be big. The ult now coming in. Gala on the backside has to do everything, but it just will not be enough. Gala! The shutdown, maybe it will! Can they turn it here? No, T1 holding strong.
To try and set it up, but that was gone in the last fight, so now the depth charge isn't as easy. So Zeus, using the fact he has that TP,
Can't get into the bot side of the map.
it's such a good call from T1, because as we said, like, this is where T1 want to know exactly where RNG are. If you can
Try to group up to contest T1 in the mid waves.
Arrow
hits onto Wade.
Unstoppable though, he should be able to make his way out of this one. Very long stun, but as
Right down, their macro has been flawless. Just gonna get this bot tier 1. And playing on 2 lanes constantly, RNG, it's a bit frustrating.
Might be able to smite his red, get himself back into position. Breed gonna match the push on bot side here. So it looks like T1 once more, playing this nice and slow, playing around the push from Gumayusi and Keria, and making sure they can just keep dipping into the bottom.
Dragon, you can get a little bit of vision, but you don't have time to start it because Zeus is already on the way over. There's an arrow, but Zeus might be a bit too far. EP out of Breathe here, I think. We'll see if they finish it because Zeus can turn onto Way and ult him.
Way, go unstoppable, can go over the wall. Arrow coming in, they're gonna try to lock him down immediately. The Camille says not getting into the pit now. That's the Baron for T1. They want to keep things going with Gala. So incredibly strong. Gale forcing forward, wants to finish off Zeus. 1 kill. Then now the reset coming out. Way, all the strength, all the itemization.
Mid tier 2 is the objective. Last kind of tower here for T1 to crack open to make sure they have full map control. Their tier 1 mid is still up, so the amount of control they'll have is incredible.
Trying to kick the fight off. They caught Goma! That could be everything. He goes golden, but it won't stop the rest of the team. Immediately Breathe is under the backside. T1 are now pulling back. Faker doing so much damage to Xiaohu. But Xiaohu turns his attention to the squishy Heimer. But the death ball of T1 retreats, and Breathe will not find another kill. It is Zeus on the side. It was Zeus in the early game. Owner coming to back him up, and how could you have it any other way? Jungle and top of T1 again, finding the fight and making it work.
It was slow until it exploded for T1. Realistically, desperation engaged from RNG that now gives T1 game 1.
15 seconds on Ming. Breathe and Xiaohu still 40 seconds away. It's Gala and Wei versus T1. 4 versus 2 to hold on. I don't think they have enough. Gala doesn't have the ult.
Stepping in. Smoke screen clutch. Gala has no way to follow up. Trying to clear the waves as quickly as they can. RNG holding on. T1's fastest game before this, or slowest game before this, 29 minutes. RNG holding on for 5 more minutes than anyone else, but they're not just happy with that. They want to look for more. T1 for now. Breaking 1, breaking 2. Backing away on the 3rd inhibitor, but want to kick fights off again. Gala locked up. He has the cleanse finally, just in time. Way, there's no one for him to reset off of. Big leaping in, but he will walk away empty-handed.
3, I think RNG being a bit sloppy here. They've fallen apart over the last few minutes. Breathe in that last fight. Just kind of get onto T1's backline with 4 range champs. Zeus wins out against both solo lanes, so they're looking for make a pick onto him. He'll dash away and join his team. RNG will lose this inhibitor, and T1 will keep up the pressure.
as they start to go away, but maybe not. I mean, top wave needs to try and crash at the same time here.
Here we go. Flank. This is it, the last desperate attempt, but they catch Owner. They need the reset so desperately. Waiting on the ultimate from the Aphelios, waiting for them to group up. Gala knows that this is the one that could decide the game. Breathe on the backside, now trying to lock him down. Faker burning, Faker ticking. Can they get the reset for the Viego? Yes, one more hit. They will find it. But still, T1 with the advantage in the fight. Gala on the backside, immediately the stun now coming up. Gala, desperate to survive. He's getting ticked away, he's getting knocked down. The ulti will not be enough. Way trying to have his hero moment, but T1 say not today. T1 striking first in the best of 5 as they knock down RNG.
RNG were trying their best to hold on, but it got to the point where no matter when you engage, for T1 in the regular split, it's a positive win rate, but Xayah is the lock-in. This is 2019
yes,
throwback
it is.
of the meta. Fiora, Sylas, Akali. We've got the Kai'Sa Xayah as well. Just go back a couple of years and this is the meta as well. I stand a little bit favored in terms of getting the push with her Q, but this could just be a dead Jace. Owner's not here to cover.
They got the setup. How many stacks? Already close enough to get the stacks down. Trying to follow up a little bit more. Leaping forward. Zayas now flashing out to safety, but here comes the Viego. It's too little. It is too late.
Slow stacking, but this will push into Breathe. I think he's happy just staying back here.
On the experience chart. Breathe now walking away. Trying to step back here. Good auto attacks, but they don't really have the follow-up. Breathe holding on, it looks like, to the parry. Knows that he's fine and just walks out.
There comes Way, though. This is what they're waiting for.
Double 5. Can move in. Can they find the stun for the single target? That's 1, 2, 3 stacks going on to Zayas. Looking for the 4th. Looking to lock him down. Catch it in midair. It's a freeze frame moment. It's a 2v2. The Grand Tower has been issued. And T1.
With this trade, Way can just clear his top camps out as well. And I mean, will we see a Herald top again, similar to game 1, where getting your top laner ahead is everything? Way has a couple of options. Number 1, just cancelled on the spot. If that followed up, maybe Xiaohu could have looked for the kill. But anyway, RNG focusing top.
Way coming up.
Going to be looking here, going under the towers. Ace is alone.
Perfect mark location to try to finish the job. Grand challenge, 1 reset, already healing up. Owner stepping forward, but there's no follow-up. All he can do is clear the wave.
I mean, this is heartbreaking.
Owner, another stun. Has the ulti, desperate to try and find a kill, but going to overpush. They don't want to overcommit.
Still have the Herald. I wonder if they're going to drop it. Yeah, they are. So they are going to go for mid lane. The problem we have here is T1 can collapse really quickly. They have bot push. Faker's going on the Xiaohu.
Back Xiaohu, they burst down Xiaohu. They get the reset, and they go find one. Owner taking away the body is now the Sylas can leap into way, but the chain's not connecting is big. Can reset now, wants to continue, wants to keep it going. Owner looking for redemption in the early game, trying to take out Way, but in the tower is too much. He cannot dive. But Way playing like a magic. He's on the edge. He knows he's overcommitted. Owner caught in no man's land. Barrier tries to save his job.
Scala's moving up. Faker's on mid-wave.
It's so hard. Carrier doesn't have his ultimate. He has no great team fighting tools. They just walk in, they take everything they want.
Wow. That TP advantage. He's not actually able to contest that top wave, so they will just move in over towards the Rift Herald. T1 respond, bolster both those objectives and try and pick up one for yourself. But at the moment, T1 doing a great job of contesting side lanes. Zayas.
Grand challenge issued. 1, 2, and 3 standing against the wall, but he still might just get taken down to the skies. Thundering blow. Where's it going to go? It's just not enough. He's standing. Oh, they're auto-attacking. They're doing it. Flash. And I'm not sure what.
At tier 1, it might net them at tier 2 if Wade pops the Herald down here. Owner's on his way up, but Wade decides against it. They get the push, and they're going to back away, or
pick the Fiora. Zeus picked his signature pick into it, and he is still finding such massive advantages. Individual 1v1s, when we talk about it. Faker now stepping forward, dashing through, looking to go back in, looking at the healing. Faker running, taking his so incredibly low. No, in style.
Nice sidestep. Here's the Herald from RNG to get this mid-tier 1 that they've been looking for. 2 towers to 1 right now. Faker will take a base, and he has the TP. And with these compositions, flank wards can be everything. All of these champs can do so much from a flank. RNG will pick up this tower.
Stepping in. New York alive with the sounds of RNG, but T1 fishing for a kill, trying to get something done. The resets for Owner are going to be everything. They want to burst through him. Gala, good damage. Wants to get it done. The plasma stacks. Oh, he's ticking, he's burning. The ignite, the plasma will not be enough. They get the TP out.
Now it's him who's the reliability.
He is slowed again. Another grand challenge, but it's just not fair.
Loses bot tier 2. He lost tier 1. He lost his top tier 1 as well. Wait, just queued over the wall here. T1 trying to look for it.
Phase rush. Does he have it up and available? They're now trying to burn him down. Kuma already.
But will help him on side lane, the Frozen Heart, but especially in team fights against the Jace and the Xayah. Xiaohu will get this tower. I don't know if he'll get out though.
Xiaohu now has to try and run away. What ulti is he going to take here? Buying a bit more time. Xayah ult, of course, to get to safety, but they've still got so many cooldowns. He's still dashing. The gale force forward. He goes in. He goes golden. There's got to be no way. The healing will not be enough. Kuma getting more money, but as you highlighted already, RNG kicking this off. Ming just trying to protect, just trying to stop Owner from getting into the pit. They have to retreat here. Clean pick from the side of T1.
They just don't have the damage on RNG. Like, even with the Kraken Slayer and the Plasma procs from Gala, just not able to burst through that quick enough, and immediately they back away. Now T1 get the push in mid as well. They should be able to take this as well as the pick on bot side.
Signs of hope here for T1. They managed to find their second tower of the game way in there. You know, the proto belts from Faker to make Gala think twice about stepping up. He was never really going to do it.
Breathe now stepping forward, just instantly taking away all of that vision. And Way walking down, Zeus in trouble here. The stun now going to fall up. Excellent thundering blow to try to knock them back. Still standing for now, flashing out safety TP being used. Area knocking him back. Xiaohu in trouble. Where's he going to go? Leaping out again. The ulti going a little bit wide here. Gala, Breathe, Mix, splitting the team. T1 retreating back under the tier 2 tower.
But now they can move over towards the tier 2 in mid. They pushed everyone on T1 to top side, and that just means they get the play in mid. RNG are doing a great job of
Breathe to pressure bots, so T1 have a window to look for Xiaohu with no flash.
Going to overload the side lane. 4 members committed here. Xiaohu needs to find a way out, needs to find the angle for the perfect execution. Dash 1, and now immediately leaping out. He's trying to get out. He cannot do it. That's the pick, but it's already started in the mid lane. They're out for blood. Zeus, the weakest member of the team, now knocked down.
No flash on Zeus. Good response there from RNG. Here comes the mid push. T1 all have the base, and when they arrive back to base, RNG can peel towards bot. They can peel back towards the Baron. RNG constantly matching T1 by T1. If they can rush this one down, then this will be a beneficiary for them, because they can start to look for towers. They don't really care about Cloud Soul. Doesn't help too much in combat. They're going to burn it down. Ways on the way, but I don't think any time.
1K getting lower. T1 to get the Baron, but can they take the fight? Here comes Xiaohu, storing the Renan ultimate, now leaping under the backside. Zaya locked up a Guma.
Look away!
Guma as they fight in, they have to do it. Guma now moving forward way on the backside. T1 pulling back to retreating. It's masterful for now. Guma standing strong. Guma still with all the up and available. If anyone can turn it, it's him. And RNG are pushed back. They cannot afford to fight into the Zaya. They have to walk away. They have to concede the Baron. They will not get both objectives, and T1 are out for blood. T1 home. Where every small decision has to be made so incredibly quickly, and you can see RNG now firing back, looking to lock up Faker, looking to take him out. He's leaping back to safety, but they will find him. They will hit the CC they need. Meanwhile, on the top side, tier 2 is being broken, and RNG firing back.
T1 get the bot tier 2, RNG match, but RNG have the pick. All of T1 need to base here and try to defend this top side of the map, but Zeus is staying around. Still have the buff. No, the buff actually expired. He's TPing to the base now. Cancelled his recall, but he's on the way back. RNG looking for this mid-inhib respawn. We'll see if T1 take the fight. They see Xiaohu on bot, but he has TP of his own.
Xiaohu in that bot end means that he won't be able to get this wave on top side. He won't be able to contest anything else, but RNG will get that.
It's just a solo lane match with TPs. It's a 3v3 around this dragon, but the wave has died. Everyone's coming towards this dragon. RNG have started it up. T1 looking for an angle.
T1 won't be caught sleeping at the wheel, but they're going to be forced to make a decision soon. They don't have the TP advantage, and already there's a Silas on the top side. They know that they have to force this objective.
TikTok.
Or the game will fall away from them. It's a slow take on the Elder for either side of the stage of the game. TP now coming in. We're looking for the full-on 5v5. The pullback defenders are already down. If they get to the backside, if they can get onto Gumi, it could all fall apart. But already, the ult is massive. The hostile takeover is big. Xiaohu on the backside. No! No, T1, how can you make this happen? You are absolutely slaughtering RNG. T1, when it matters, they stand, they deliver, and Breathe. All the leads he built will fall away as T1 take the fight.
With 3 members of T1 still standing, they will turn towards the Elder Dragon as New York erupts, and T1 find the fight they need against RNG.
What a miraculous fight. Faker buying time. Gumayushi untouched. Keria falls towards the end against Breed, but T1...
Confidence from T1 there to run through the jungle, know that RNG are on it. Because they spotted Xiaohu and Breathe on that top side, they knew that they would not be contested moving through here.
Baron for the next 2 minutes, and they've got their eyes on this mid tier 2. Way though, is he looking to proxy waves or is he looking for an engage? They have Elder Dragon.
Hostile takeover. Now retreating. Way still hiding behind them, waiting for a window, waiting for an opportunity, knowing that the siege is still pressing forward. But T1 now stepping in. Way trying to cut the wave while trying to make sure that they can't keep the siege. RNG holding on, standing strong.
25 seconds.
Looking for an angle onto the backside. They're all dashing out. Way. Passive now fading away. So much
say where it doesn't matter. Everyone's hitting late game build. 5 items for Zeus. Nearly at his GA. Xiaohu!
Xiaohu running and cut down.
That was the end of the Elder Dragon. There was a couple seconds left. They get the kill. That's 60 seconds on Xiaohu. T1 have Baron buff for 50, and they're barreling down mid. Breed's gonna base. 5v4. We'll see if T1 decide to force the Nexus.
They need to keep the wave alive. If this wave stands, they can do it. It's a super creep in the front, and T1 are marching towards RNG's base.
Breathe and Gala, the sole remaining carries. They have to make a miracle. The angle has to be perfect. T1 ushering in this wave, ready to end the game right here. Carrier standing behind him. He has the hostile takeover. The ult still up for Guma. I just don't see the angle. Now they're stepping forward. Owner finding the lockup. Ming now taking out hostile takeover. Going to zone Gala out of the fight. He can return with the ultimate if he wants to, but it might be too late. T1, no lockup. Owner now being knocked out. Hostile takeover gone. Have T1 overstayed their welcome. One tower going to fall. T1, what is the next call? GA already coming out. The knockup hitting multiple members. Carrier getting locked up on the backside. Way stepping forward. Breathe down. But no, Gala. Gala's still standing. T1, they take him out. They take Gala. RNG. But it's Breathe versus the world. And he will fall in the hands of T1. No.
Xiaohu's back, he can still hold on. He takes the ultimate from the Zaya, but can it be enough? Xiaohu, you need to save RNG!
EV1, he goes up, he comes down, but it is not enough. T1 go up to match point. What an outstanding game.
It does mean, though, the Ming won't be as effective when it comes towards these early roams, and that's where he's kind of been working with Wei in these early stages to try and get things rolling for RNG. So it will come down to, it feels like, a lot of this topside brawl between RNG and T1 once more to see who...
Ming Wei is around mid here. Faker, not sure if the W or the Shroud is on cooldown, but here he comes.
Comes the Q. Walking into the Shroud, waiting for his jungler to arrive. Just waiting. He has so much time from the Shroud, and now they're committing to the fight. They want to get a Xiaohu flashing out. Faker flashing out. Wei in the area, though. Wei wants to finish the job. Circuit flip over the wall. Raptor pre-aggroing. Little auto attacks, little chickens trying to knock him down, but it will not happen. Xiaohu stepping forward is a big risk. Faker going over the wall. It's a massive escape.
Does he have the execute? Time is ticking. He needs to get towards this tower.
Walking
Wei doesn't have
back
flash.
to the tower, trying to get away from it. Faker. Whoa! Will crash. So successful play on the top side for RNG as Xiaohu and Faker just continue to trade in the mid lane.
They're always trading. Last game was the exact same, just permanent trading. Every time you walk up to the Raven, this meaty matchup, Sylas can do this.
Full committing. Ulti up and available. Faker, where is he going to go again? He's just waiting as long as humanly possible. Now the full committal. Xiaohu, the interrupt coming in from Owner. Breathe coming over the wall. He has the ulti up. Dark and Blade, one cack to connect. Owner now caught in. Fertile Chain's going to pull him back. And that is it. First blood for RNG.
Beautiful combo by Breathe onto Owner. Carrier could look for the flashing knight Q here.
Trying to finish it. Oh! Sniped down. Guma and Carrier make themselves known in the mid lane.
T1 say anything you can do, we can do better. Moving Gumayushi up gets the kill, but again we go.
Oh, the sidestep! Look at the way he moves, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. No, they're turning on the way! How can he do this? The TK is just so damn strong!
By the bot lane of T1, extremely quiet since the end of spring, since the end of MSI, but they're stepping up here. Breathe has no flash.
Waiting, misses the first Q. That's going to be big. Buys him a bit more time. Stun now going to connect. Zeus can take his time. Going for the style. Finish. Swords hitting left and right. Breathe no way out of this one. Trying to heal up a little bit more, but no. Wait, does he? No!
Does he want to dive bot? Gala has summoners. He's TP'd here with his spellbook. Looks like he's just covering for now, but here comes the W to get the slow onto Gala. See if they can commit to the full dive.
Faker does manage to land it. Big damage now coming into Gala. He's going to get the healing off the Sever. Mult flashing out to safety, trying to finish the job. But Carrier there to eat up Faker. Gala, it's nearly flawless play, but they're just too damn strong. Faker, the shield is going to fade away. Carrier, the shield! Gala! Oh, Ming on the chase now as well, but they've locked him down. What is this? It's madness on the bottom side. T1. Are they able to find the kill on the Ming Xiaohu now as well? It just does not stop this game!
He's hiding in that bush. Breathe.
Breathe might just be his last breath. Here and there is the Yone. Finding it. Breathe still healing! He's too damn clean!
That was so clean from Breathe. We'll see if he can stay on this tower. Zhao, who has the TP, but he's pushing in bot. The ultimate will fade away. Carrier finds Wei on the Dragon. Owner has Herald. See if Zeus goes for the Q3. Dashes away. Herald's procced.
Again, Dark and Blade up and available. He's waiting. He knows the second he shows his cooldown, the second he uses that first Q, they'll know exactly where the next one goes. Zeus dipping through it, diving through it, trying to finish off the job, and they will be able to do so. Leaping out, but gets taken down in the end. Owner going to try to finish this tower.
1 for 1 in the dive. Xiao's TPing in. Owner has the flash, but I don't think Xiaohu can damage
RNG did on bot side.
Carrier has the sweeper. They're in the next brush.
Ming stepping forward, looking to lock him up, trying to lock down the bars. The silence going down as well. The Tomkins can't eat him. He's trying to run for his life. Guma flashing out. Guma taken down. Gala finds the kill.
The Tomkins
on the bottom side, seemingly out of thin air. Just to all in each other. Ming waiting over the wall. This is a bit precarious because the Tomkins now coming and follow up. Ming caught in no man's land. That's the stun. That's the fault. Carrier doesn't quite make it over the wall. Does still get the tongue lash though. That's the stun. And it's more than enough. But now they're looking to get a little bit more. Xiaohu caught out here. Stack first on that one. Flash out to safety. Find the area. They will not pursue for anything else.
Breathe.
On the top side, Owner.
Oh, he's dead.
Looking to find the play. Breathe. He has to try to find a way. That is when there's just too much CC taken out. Zeus finds another kill.
Even through the Soraka ultimate, T1 gets first break on this top side. T1 make these plays to force RNG to one area while they're doing something else on the map. Bot tier 1 will fall. Zeus has the TP. If T1 want to take this 5v5, they can take it. Here comes the TP.
Getting ready to be positive trade for the side of T1.
It's just smoke and mirrors, isn't it? But now they're engaging.
Locking up breathe. That's going to be big way now, stepping forward as well. Sejuani now making it out to safety. Devoured. That denies the buy. The stun going to follow up. Over the wall comes the Yone. Big in the midst of the entire team now running, trying to make his way out. But the Aatrox will fall. Gala, the last man standing. The fancy footwork. Not enough yet.
I feel like the last few games, what we've seen is Baron dances into Dragon, and I think starting to stack these up now will benefit T1, of course. Keria
caught out, good damage. Xiaohu coming off to the side, gonna steal the Varus ultimate, gonna look to lock up Guma, but he whiffs! It's a massive whiff, and it costs him so much. The play disappearing. Faker hunting for more. Way now has to go, and he has no choice. Breathe on the backside, now running for his life as well. T1 taking another exchange, and another ult goes wide. RNG cannot find a target.
Xiaohu tried
in the mid lane, pressure on for both sides. Everyone on RNG knowing that a single misstep could cost them. Breathe on the flank. The gate goes a little bit wide. They're trying to lock him down. Xiaohu now stepping forward. Keria off to the side, now trying to make it out. Guma still standing on the back line, and in goes the Yone. The damage is massive. The Soraka healing, will it be enough? But no! The Aatrox falling down. Gala, can he be the difference maker? He takes down the Herald. They're on the retreat, but here... Oh, Keria still stands. He goes golden. He does it with style. It's a slaughter.
It's a wipe on RNG. T1 clean house. Zeus falls, but RNG didn't have the damage to deal with the skirmish. T1 just run them down. Just yet, Dragon's up in 40 seconds, which will be the exit objective, but they want to force here a little bit. Way not scared though.
Stepping forward, taking a lot of damage here. He's just getting shredded. Gumayushi damage is out of control. He's just so far ahead.
T1 pushing down here. Will get this tier 2 that they look for. 30 seconds on that Dragon. I think they can take a base if they want to.
Zeus off on the side. Xiaohu getting knocked down, but Zeus still standing strong for now. Looking for the third Q. Looking to snap back. He doesn't have the third Q to escape, though. Gala can finish the kill instantly. That is the trade back.
One beat versus LNG. Like, we've seen them come back from these deficits so often, but this one looks like the writing is on the wall as T1 again pick up another Dragon.
Faker in the darkness. Breathing away in the area. Has the blast cone, still wants to go in, still wants a little bit more. He thinks he can one-shot him. Aatrox healing coming in clutch. Faker getting locked up. Can they finish the kill? Yes! Yes, he can! Perfect execution. Coming through there. Keria in the area. Now ready to deny them. Going for way! Faker! Absolute madman. Going in, Owner coming in as well. Gumayushi locking him down on the backside. T1 looking to slaughter RNG. Looking to take every single thing away from them.
Faker has fallen, but T1 are standing strong. Xiaohu
will around you, flying face first into T1, and they are waiting there with open arms every single time. Baron,
they're sacrificing bot lane because they know that RNG will overload and look for a pick. So they want to keep pressure on two lanes. Faker's pushing in mid, T1's pushing in top, and they can rotate between the two. The Tom Kenji eats so that Xiaohu's Sejuani ult can land onto Gumayushi as the next follow-up, but they hit Faker.
Hitting Faker, now trying to take Faker out of the fight entirely. Soraka healing already coming down. Keria leaping out of the Infernal Chains, double stuns. Zeus going in! It is massive! T1, blood in the water, they're ready to pursue, they're ready to end this game. T1 hungry for more. One last kill, a few more to follow. And it is not with a bang, but a whimper that RNG will exit Worlds as they are slaughtered in their own base as T1 look to bring it home. They are not satisfied with old rivalries and fourth seeds. They want number one. They want a shot at the best in the LPL. They want a semi-final, and they will get it as they face JDG in Atlanta as they break RNG and cross the finish line in the quarterfinals.
Fights mid on cooldown with the Owner, throwing Sejuani ults with the Varus ult, anything whatsoever, just throw it at RNG, and T1, yeah, just got the better hand in them in fights.
And I mean, we saw the haymakers that both teams were throwing back and forth, but T1 were slowly but surely getting these incremental advantages that then paid dividends, because both these squads are teams that need to dive in on top of you. They want to get up close and personal, but whoever ends up with a bit of a bigger hit is going to be able to win that one, and T1 just punched through RNG.
And again, we take a look at this. T1 always top 4, Faker always top 4. This is an impressive feat. They continue it as they move ahead in this tournament. But I also have to shout out Guma again because we were so ready for this to be about topside just about every game. But at game 2, it was about Guma. It was his show, his carry alongside him with some incredible hostile takeovers. And in game 3 as well, the Varus, the Tom Kent, that play around the mid lane I forget, I get so used to Tahm Kench being a Devour bot, you forget how incredibly oppressive this champion is early game. And to do that against an LPL team, who are notoriously the best at Varus Tahm Kench, is incredible.
And it was the play mid where Gumayushi and Keria came up to salvage it to get those 2 kills. It was the escape from Keria. It was knock up from Keria in mid on that tier 2 to solidify the fight. Tahm Kench, maybe not the flashiest, but Keria always never fails to impress.
And I think one of the stories that a lot of people were looking at was that Ming versus Keria dynamic, right? I mean, Keria kind of put that one in a box right there at the end. The fact he was roaming towards mid lane so effectively, getting those big leads. And Ming, we just couldn't see that same kind of style out of him that we usually get to, just with the way that T1 were operating on the map. So really solid job from T1 to get that big win over RNG.
Yeah, and if you wanted to believe in Keria, you have all the evidence you need. He's played tanks, he's played engage, he's played weird stuff. You know, he's got a little something for everybody, and that's before we even get to the traditional hard engaged champs. But as we set up for the interview, you can see one more time the bracket. 1 semifinal, guaranteed absolute banger. I have no doubt that the other semi will be the same, but what an impressive matchup to see who will make it to the World Final.
And it was last year where T1 went up against Damwon in that semi-final and lost in such a close 5-game series, so they're out for revenge. They won't be facing Damwon until the finals, maybe if Damwon get there, but it was Damwon who stopped them in their tracks. And let's not forget, T1 have never, ever played against any other LPL team other than RNG in a best-of-5 at Worlds. This will be the first time we ever see T1 up against a different LPL team in a best-of-5 at the World Championship.
I mean, it's going to be such an incredible series as well. I think the fact that we're getting to see the best team from the LPL face up against the T1 that looks like they're all going out no holds barred, this is going to be an incredible series for Atlanta to witness.
I'm stunned, gentlemen. Again, when you look at these teams, when you look at the history, you don't always expect that you're going to get something so one-sided. Credit to T1. The glow-up has been immaculate. Again, you always expect big things from the organization, but so much of that is the history. So much of that is not the players we saw on stage today, but T1 finding these players, building these players at home, building them up. Keria, the only guy with experience on another org out of the entire roster. It's an incredible feat.
And I think for Xiaohu, it's kind of a bit heartbreaking, right? It still feels like Faker is the unkillable demon on his shoulder, right? Every single time these two go up, it's been Faker who takes it. 2017 semifinals, the first year Xiaohu made it to Worlds, T1 slap him back. Every time it feels like we end up getting RNG and Xiaohu and Ming to that world stage, it's T1 that are there to put them in their place. MSI just feels like a bit of a blip on the radar with the way they play.
Absolutely does. Of course, you can't make San Francisco for the finals. You can watch on the big screen with friends and family at one of 600 theaters and counting near you. Use the QR below. Purchase tickets. Do that. But more importantly, we're going to head over to the stage for a double T1 discussion with Faker and Zeus in our Verizon post-game interview.
Thank you very much, Drakos and Jisun by my side, because I wanted to talk to these both players together. First up, congratulations. And since this was a rematch of the MSI final versus RNG, but the difference was so big, Faker, I'll go to you first. What was the biggest improvement in T1's play compared to that match?
우선 승리 정말 축하드립니다. 이제 MSI 결승 리매치였는데요. 이번엔 굉장히 다른 결과, 정말 압도적인 3대0 승리가 나왔습니다. 이번에 어떤 부분이 가장 개선되었고 나아졌기 때문에 이런 차이가 나왔을까요?
그때보다 확실히 저희가 좀 인게임 플레이적으로나 뱀픽적으로나 많이 나아진 것 같고, 그리고 팀워크도 좋아가지고 좋은 결과가 있었던 것 같습니다.
Our gameplay. So our gameplay and also our draft has become so much better since then, and also our teamwork.
Fantastic. Zeus, there was especially a big comeback in Game 2, which was pretty unbelievable. Can you tell me how you came back in that second game?
그리고 제우스 선수 이제 2세트에 정말 기적과 같은 한타 대역전승이 나왔는데요. 그렇게 그 당시의 상황에 대해서 좀 다시 설명 부탁드립니다.
일단 웨이 선수가 옛날에 MSI 때부터 탑라인 개입을 정말 잘하는 선수라 생각해서 좀 최선을 다해서 좀 안 죽고 하려고 했는데, 그 브리드 선수가 되게 딜교를 뭔가 예민하게끔 잘 해서 너무 많이 죽은 것 같고, 그래도 일단 뭔가 그냥 좀 정신이 살짝 나갈 뻔했는데, 그래도 항상 이제 여기 현장에 계신 분들이 좀 이렇게 계속 소리 질러주시고 해서 좀 잘 멘탈 잡았던 것 같아요.
So I was aware that Wei is really good at playing around the top lane because I experienced that in MSI. So I tried my best to not die, but Breed was doing such a great job trading on the top lane and creating that angle. So I died too many times. So I was almost out of the game, I was losing it, but still we had so many fans out there like supporting us, yelling for us, so I was able to, keep my mentality strong and come back.
Wonderful. Now, since you both are different and that Faker is the most experienced player on the roster and you are relatively new, I'd like to start with you, Zeus, but how does it help you to have someone like Faker by your side at these international tournaments?
두 분은 또 굉장히 다른 성격을 팀 내적으로 갖고 계신 것 같습니다. 페이커 선수는 팀 내에서 가장 경험이 많은 경력자고 또 제우스 선수는 굉장히 어린 신인의 입장인데요. 이렇게 페이커 선수 같이 경력이 풍부한 선수가 있다는 게 이런 국제전 치를 때 어떤 도움이 되나요?
그냥 이제 얼굴만 봐도 듬직하고 그런 아우라가 있는 것 같습니다.
Just looking at him, I feel so reliable. He has this aura.
Well, maybe it doesn't take that long for Faker to answer the other side of the question, but Faker, how does it help you to have this younger player, this new player by your side?
그렇다면 이제 반대로 또 페이커 선수 입장에서는 이렇게 어린 또 신인 선수와 함께 했을 때 어떤 또 이점이 있다고 보시나요?
일단 다들 굉장히 좀 자기만의 색깔이 굉장히 강해가지고 그런 것들이 저희 팀의 강점으로 드러나는 것 같고, 그리고 제우스 선수는 신인인데도 신인 같지가 않아가지고 좀 잘 적응하는 것 같습니다.
So I think all of the T1 players have their own color and strength. It combined together, it becomes a strong color and strengths of T1. And also Zeus, even though he's a new player, who would ever think he's a rookie, So he kind of gelled into the team really well.
Absolutely. Now, Faker, when it comes to T1 versus RNG, this matchup has so much history, and you have been in every iteration of it. I want to ask you what you think is the biggest difference in you as a player between the first time we saw this matchup in 2013 and today in 2022.
또 이제 T1과 RNG 둘의 라이벌 매치업은 정말 오랜 역사를 갖고 있고 페이커 선수는 그 모든 사실은 경기를 치르셨는데요. 그렇다면 가장 첫 번째 RNG전 2013년도와 지금의 RNG전을 치른 2022년도의 페이커 어떤 점이 가장 다르다고 보세요?
일단 선수들도 아예 다르고 그때랑 지금이랑 저 또한 많은 변화를 겪었기 때문에 모든 것이 다른 것 같습니다.
I want to say everything is different because the players are different, and also I have gone through so many changes too.
Next up, you will be facing JDG. Zeus, I want to ask you first. The matchup versus 369 is coming, and I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. What are your thoughts on your opponent for the next round?
이제 제우스 선수에게 먼저 질문 드리고 싶은데요. 다음 4강전 상대는 JDG고 이제 라인 매치업은 369 선수와 함께 성사될 예정인데요. 어떻게 예상하시나요?
일단 진동의 좀 탑 정글이 굉장히 강력하다고 생각해서 좀 많이 경기가 되는 것 같고, 그리고 또 369 선수가 되게 뭔가 부르저나 그라가스 같은 지표를 굉장히 잘 따라와서 좀 열심히 잘 해봐야 될 것 같습니다.
I believe JDG has a very strong top and jungle duo, so I'm watching out for that, and also especially 369. He's really good at Bruiser Champion and also Gragas, so I gotta prepare really hard.
Okay, it's going to be a fantastic matchup. Final question, Faker. You were there for the LCK domination. Lately, though, in the international tournaments, there's been a lot of LPL victories. What do you think is the state of the rivalry at this World Championship?
이제 페이커 선수는 사실은 LCK의 정말 황금기에서부터 활동을 하셨고 지금은 이제 돌이켜 보면 월즈에서 많은 LCK, LPL 대진 속에서 LPL이 조금 우세한 부분을 보여준 적도 있었는데, 그렇다면 지금 올해 월즈에서는 LCK 대 LPL 전력 비교 어떻게 생각하고 계신가요?
일단 뭐 저는 사실 지적이 중요하다고 생각하진 않고 그냥 팀이 중요한 것 같아서 지금 저희 팀 상태라면 어느 팀이든 충분히 이길 수 있다고 생각합니다.
I think what really matters is the team, and based on our team's performance, it's gonna be pretty winnable.
Ooh. Well, I think that's a great note to end on. 감사합니다, Faker
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
Zeus. And Jason, of course, as always, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back to talk about this best of 5 Worlds cooldown after this.